Alright there, welcome back to part 2. And this one is Emilio Butragueño Futbol, if I'm pronouncing that right. This is a Spanish release football game. It was never released in England or France as far as I know. But this was a really popular football game at the time. It's still very well liked and reviewed, I see on the commentaries on the CPC Power site for this game. It certainly was nice for the time. I think it was 1987 or 88 this came out. And certainly was one of the better football games at the time. I think all that was out really was like the match day games, which I thought were pretty knob in the first place. And this looks good to start with, most definitely. Nice colourful graphics, well presented. Nice spot effects, but when the game starts, unfortunately I don't think it's so good. The frame rate is so choppy, it's quite hard to work out what's going on, and the ball suddenly sort of magically teleports between places. It's too slow as well. I've not seen a football move that slow before, I don't think, in real life. And the computer's already scored. Perhaps I'm being a little bit unfair. I mean, well, I'm only stating the truth. It is slow and choppy. It's pretty decent effort for the time, and it is actually quite fun. I think once you sort of like get used to how it plays, the actual gameplay itself, passing's quite easy between players, and you can make some decent plays here and there. Throw-ins and corners and stuff and fouls I think are all in place. I can't remember actually if you can do tricks with the ball, sort of take more powerful shots or chip or swerve. I don't think you can swerve the ball. I have a feeling that there's only basically one power for the shots. But this is still pretty good fun. I can see why people liked it at the time, and it's certainly one of the better presented games. Actually, I'm fairly sure you can do chip shots and stuff, different powers. Yeah, I think they've just did one there actually. So all in all, it probably rated really high at the time. Not so much now when you've seen other games like Adidas, and the next one will come in. So I'm going to give this one 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7. Alright, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, okay, onto the big one. Emlyn Hughes International Soccer. Now first of all, massive range of options there. I'm just going to quickly show you them. Obviously loads of player attributes and stuff. You can change all the player names and save them. Select your players for your team. Take part in a World Cup or create your own tournaments. Have 2-player battles as well. Absolutely massive range of options. I don't think any other football game comes close to it. And we're starting a game here now. This is a friendly match, England versus Scotland. Of course, I'm kicking left to right in the white strip, and Scotland's in the green and pink strip. Sorry, green and pink strip, in fact. And they've committed their first foul. Not surprising for Scotland. Hey, we get a lovely pass out there. Oh, and we're free on goal. Oh, a lovely little touch to my play there, and in it goes. Now, I love this football game. I think it's absolutely awesome. It's certainly the most realistic football game on the Amstrad. In fact, on most home 8-bit computers as well. The range of stuff you can do, I mean, it's all there. First of all, throw-ins, corners, penalties, fouls, free kicks. Players all line up like they should do. They stay in formation. They attack when they need to and defend when they need to. And as you can see there, you've got a full range of control of the ball available to you. You can do chip shots, You can't swerve the ball, but you can kick it off at really odd angles. Oh, you can see me do a header there as well. Got headers. No overhead kicks though, I don't think. We'll just forward things on. Start the second half. And you can really build some really lovely plays. You can do. You can really easily do like 1-2s with you guys and make a break for it. And if you press the fire button for short periods, it just nudges the ball in front of you for you to run onto. Meaning you've lost control of the ball, but you can run at pace and attack down the wings and stuff. Whilst on the ball, obviously your player moves a little bit slower, just to balance things out. And the computer AI is really good as well. The players are reasonably spaced out, stay in their formations. Oh, goalmouth scramble. Oh, and even as you can see there, the goalkeepers are really good as well. Everything about this game is brilliant. Really, I can't fault it. It perhaps looks a touch slow, but I think it's meant to be at this pace. This is more of an accurate football simulation than any of the others, and I think if it's moving at a breakneck pace, like you'll see on Italy 1990 on the later games, it just wouldn't suit it. I think everything is perfectly balanced for what it is. It's perhaps not got the instant pick up and play value of maybe one or two of the other football games. It certainly takes a lot to master as well. So the difficulty curve is, for me, spot on. It's got limited sort of sound effects, some nice crowd noises and stuff, occasional spot effects. Don't think it really needs it. I think some cheesy music would just cheapen the game. So yeah, even on the Commodore 64 and probably the Spectrum as well, this is lauded as one of the best football games ever. Oh, look at that! Scotland equalising with a lovely chip there. Alright, okay, I'm going to give this game 10 out of 10. Let's move on. Up next, European Soccer Challenge by Players. Players being a budget label. So you would have paid £2-3 for this back in 1989. And just going to choose skill level there. Let's go for something in the middle there. Number skill 3. Right, let's start the match. And alright, kick off. And it's Man United versus Barcelona. Alright, 2 colour graphics. Not looking good so far. And players look identical on either team. They both got the same colour strips, which is fucking useless. So the only way of knowing who you are, by the way, I'm playing from bottom to top, is the sort of flashing triangles around the top of your player. My triangles are sort of a hollow triangle, and the computer's is the fully black filled-in triangle. And I tell you what, it's bloody difficult discerning which one's which half the time. So it loses major points already. It looks a bit like Micropose Soccer actually, the Amstrad version, which you'll see on a later video. Which is the green and black, but they made it perfectly obvious which team's which. I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt just adding another sprite with a sort of a white or green football strip, I don't know. Anyway, as it is, it actually plays alright. It's got like, yeah, you got throw-ins. I'm not sure you got any fouls on this, but you got a power meter for your kicks, so you can do long balls, short balls, and chips and all that kind of stuff by using that simple power meter system, which is cool. A lot of football games miss that out anyway. Sliding tackles there, not a foul. I think goalkeepers are pretty good in this as well. They dive and actually catch the ball, and to be honest, apart from the issues of which bloody team you're on, it's actually not bad at all. Not bad at all. Actually having quite a bit of fun with this actually. For a couple of quid, you can't complain too much. But yeah, absolutely no sound effects and no music. So another major downer. But you know, let's see if I can. Anyway, let's see if I can get this up the pitch and actually get a goal and see what happens. All right, here we go. Try my zigzag manoeuvre there. Oh, he's tackled me. Throw in. And your player seems to be half a yard into the pitch. That's illegal. Anyway, here we go. Goal! That's a beauty. That was pretty cool. You know, for budget, that's alright. I'm going to give this 6.5 out of 10. Alright, it's the last one of this video. See you on the next part.